Chapter 7 Bone Party. The arena is filled with skeletoid attendees illuminated by totems of light. A crowd of skeletoid statues await around a grandeur circle of runic dark scriptures carved into the clay floor beneath them. The skeletons are stiff with power. The energy of tonight's event fluxes into their marrows, causing them to be rooted in their own casual stances. Ancient pillars extend towards the absence of ceiling, while some remain wreckage of injury. The room's walls are cradled with hardened dirt and blood, possibly more similar marrow fallows awaiting a call of some kind. Rot would sink into the nostril normally and force others away, but not the two humanoid individuals at the center of the circle. A woman with skin with hues of lilac and brilliant purple steps forward into the arena, and the floor runs a fluorescent hue of blue across the entire dirt path. Runes of blood scriptures that are etched into the walls respond to this woman's mere step. She's dressed in no robes, no extravagant gown, just herself. But the room awaits her as she carries a metal contraption to the very center of the arena as another woman waits at the center. Leah is on her knees, dressed in her normal hoodie and pants. The woman known as alisaren places a metal crown over Leah's head. The metal gear had 6 points that extended out and had a gap on each outstretched metal leg. Every hole is aligned with embedded oars curling the inner rim. These shimmer and crackle as the crown is adjusted. Then light from the rooms pierced through the hole and up into the dark ceiling, which extended so high that it vanished and cuddled with the dark sky. Leah's breath accelerated as the 6 energy sabers pulsed slightly. Oh, the glory of shimmering dismay on her face as her eyes rolled back into her head. The silence crackles. The skeletons reanimate themselves in synchronized clacking in joints, clicking into the other. The energy somehow fuels the light, thickening it, and sparks begin to fly. Alisaren enters Leah's small runic ring of embedded runes in scripture unfazed. She grabs Leah by the neck and hoists her up. Leah's head shudders and she is overwhelmed. Every limb, every muscle, every cell halted. So imagine how hard it is for the woman to pry open Leah's jaw so that another skeleton could fit a chamber piece of heart into her mouth. The woman leans close to Leah's ear.
Swallow.
Everything, the environment, the entire world went black. No thought, no breath, without instruction, roams free in this sphere. But still somehow energy fueled the world. Flickers of light spark and piece together a familiar scene. This forest was once entered hours before. This was the very one that threaded into obtaining the morsel she forcibly devoured. Her palm faces the dreary sky. It has not rained yet, but the musty floral scent foretold the events that are to come. These hands are large, firm, and callous. These sturdy hands weren't so. They wavered and quake. However, the quirk of leaves makes him turn with so much haste that he falls to the dirt. Reflexes are undeniably heightened, to which the flick of leaves from a cricket is seen before it hits the ground. He pulls himself up and already his back rests. The view is slightly higher. Everything is a new experience. Then he looks away to the right to seemingly nothing. Just an environment lit by sunset. But there's breathing. Breathing that is coagulated within saliva. With every pounce onto dirt that there is a settle of the creature's front legs and muscles. And every down trot, his keen ears pick the anticipation and famine from the creature. He lowers himself into a squat into the direction of the beating. He grips the handle of his knife in his hands, and his senses slow, calculate. The shift renders everything to be in real time. Nothing hinders the mind and keeps it from processing every last sense. He stays underneath greenery. When the creature emerges from the overgrowth of fern and shrub, he can see that its face is slit down the middle. The pupils are otherworldly, a fusion between cat and reptilian perhaps. Its open jaw, filled with teeth serrated, a swift dodge changes the position of the battle. He can see the creature pass him and delivers a kick to the rear. It made the creature pounce further along than planned. The small animal crashes into bark. It doesn't recover for the seconds that it lays disoriented. He looks to where it originated from for a split second, then back at it, half suspecting it to leave from its position. There was nothing but the quiet shuddering of snorting and furious breath. The man squats down next to the creature for a closer look. He flicks the creature's neck back and slices its head at the bone. At the bone, he hacks at it a couple of times before he successfully wiggles it free. That's too easy. He reaches into his belt's pockets and takes a silver flask and sprinkles the liquid over its body and head. Then a match to set it ablaze. The flames rake over the body quickly. It was like it didn't even need the flask. The head to which he still held, it stagnantly stares at its own body as its flesh wiggles. Michael lowers it to the body's flame. Just the neck of it tastes the flame and sears the flesh. Bubbles form out of the adipose tissues. The fat inevitably pops and burns, being held for too long in the heat. Michael's eyes wide with curiosity as the head itself squirms and makes sounds of mixture, not of cat, but man as well. Michael chuckles. Maybe I can bring a souvenir out of this and give it to my master. Michael snaps his head when he hears it. The animalistic sounds clear up from this concoction and merge. Michael could hear it clearly, but these sounds echoed. It echoed so clearly as if the sound came from behind him. Found you. Michael turns around and kicks himself back, but too late as a whip splits bone and the force railing him far into the shrubbery. Okay. So that's it for now. Hope that you guys enjoyed. Next Wednesday or Thursday will be the next update for the rating. Yeah, I hope that you guys have a lovely rest of your day. See you later.